Hey, spend a few minutes with me here and let's talk about one of the most important things that you need to focus on as a small business owner, and that's leadership. So check this out. I was talking to a person in a leadership role recently that owns a business and asking about some of the things that they do for personal growth. You know, the answer was they just didn't have time. They were so busy doing so much at the business, handling customers, resolving problems and stuff like that. I mean, they didn't have time. And I want to tell you, I didn't argue with them. I didn't debate it. But inside, I'm thinking, how can you not have time for personal growth? So by the end of this episode, I hope I've given you some really strong reasons that you want to refocus on this yourself and work on your personal growth so that you can be the best, that you're leading your company the best, and that you have the maximum opportunities to grow your small business. And if this is your first time here, I'm Joey, and I am on a crusade to help small business owners improve their small biz life. In fact, our mission statement is your success is our business. You know, one of the most challenging things we have in a leadership role is to get outside of our blinders. You know, it's the old saying, we know what we know what we don't know. The problem is we don't know what we don't know, and that's where we are with those blinders on in our business. And if we are not constantly working on personal growth, and I want to tell you, that personal growth process, it never ends. It never ends. If you want to be the best you can be for your family, for your employees, and for your customers, your personal growth can never ever stop. The thing I wanted to share with you today is what John Maxwell refers to as the law of the lid. And I want to tell you, I really believe in that law of the lid, and I think about it a lot. I think about it as, where am I in that law? So on a goal of 0 to 10, where am I at? Where do I rank myself? Here's a few questions that I wanted to ask you. Okay, the first question I wanted to ask you in this is, on the scale of 0 to 10, where do you rank yourself in your leadership skills? Do you think you're a 3, a 5? Do you think you're a 10? What does a 10 look like? Leave me a comment about who, in your mind, a leader that's a 10 on the 0 to 10 scale. But let's focus back on you again. What score do you give yourself? So think about it for a moment. So whatever that number is, the next question is why do you think you're that number? What is it that causes you to believe that this is where I'm at on a 0 to 10 ranking of my leadership skills? What makes you believe that that number is accurate? Okay, now that you've had a moment to think about that, here is a tough leadership question on this 0 to 10 scale. What would others say your number is? What would your employees say your number is? What would your family say? If you lead your family, what would your family members say your leadership skills are? What number would they give you? Did those numbers match up? Or is there a discrepancy in where you think you are and where others might think you are? Have you ever asked others? Have you ever done an employee engagement survey? Did you get an anonymous feedback? Have you built a culture of trust at your business where you can have these frank conversations to get this feedback? Look, I gotta believe that, like me, you want to be the best that you can be. And if you think you're a 6 or 7 or 8, but your employees give you a 4 or a 5, that discrepancy you want to fix. You want to be an 8, a 9, or 10, but you want them to also believe that you're an 8 or a 9 or a 10. You want them to believe that too. Where are those numbers and where are they lining up? Now, how do you grow regardless of what that number is? Regardless of what you think it is and regardless of what your employees think it is, what is that real number? How do you grow it? That's the real question, is whatever it is, how do you move it up? How do you keep working up? How do you strive to get to a 10? Here are some tips that I think will help you out. All right, the first tip, and I know you've heard this before, I've heard it too, is reading books. And it's crazy that just this morning, as I'm recording this, while I was watching some videos, some motivation, some personal growth stuff that I do, one of the videos talked about exactly that. And I had already had my notes out about what I was going to share with you in this episode. It was weird that this guy came on and was talking about CEOs and reading books, and CEOs read 60 books a year, and your average person maybe reads 2 books a year. So I get it. We've all heard that. Yes, reading is part of my personal growth strategy. I'm committed to reading at least one new nonfiction, business-related, personal growth-related book a month. And I have found that all I have to do is commit to 30 minutes a day, and I can get through a book a month. So my goal is to get through a book a month, and it is working, and it is great, and I can promise you that reading books will help stretch you and really help you in that area about what you don't know what you don't know. Even the area where you know what you don't know, you're going to grow in both of these, because what you want in life is that little slither of that circle graph of this is what I do know. Every day you need to make that thing grow, and reading books is going to help you do that. And the next tip that I found that's really worked a lot for me, and I find it so convenient, is podcasts. I have Pocket Cast as my podcast app that I have on my phone, and I have about 45 different podcasts that I subscribe to, and I find that podcasts are a great way to learn and grow and have personal growth, because you can listen to podcasts when you're riding down the road, when you're mowing the lawn, if you're just sitting out, if you're hiking out through nature, if you're kayaking down the waterway, it doesn't matter, because you can take that podcast with you, plug it in your earbuds, and you can learn and grow while you're doing all sorts of activities that don't require 100% of your focused attention that you're working on. Try podcasts, add that to your personal growth process, and I promise you there's somebody out there doing a podcast that can help. Okay, the next tip I have for you in your personal growth, and this is going to sound a little weird and you might be a little hesitant, you're going to give me a little bit of pushback here, I'm feeling it. Start writing. Start blogging. If you have a website, you can create a blog page on it. Start blogging. Start writing down your thoughts. Start writing down help. Start serving others. You're so smart. You have so much. You had a dream. You started a small business. You have a purpose, the why. Start sharing with people. Start giving value to others. Don't look at it as, what am I getting out of this? Start writing. Start blogging. And you will find that you're growing out of it, that you're learning, that your personal growth. When you start publishing stuff that's in your head out there for everybody to see, you're going to up your personal growth. I know for 2017, I committed to 259 daily. Now it was work day. I didn't do it on the weekends. I took Saturday and Sunday off, but I was going to do a daily blog where I wrote something and shared it with others. And you know, when you first start doing that, you have all these ideas in your head and you think, man, this is going to be easy. But what you find is about 60 blogs in that you really have to start thinking creatively. Where's the value that I'm going to provide to somebody now? What's left in me that I can help and give value? Commit to writing, whether it's once a week, once a day like I did. Commit to writing, even if you have to start off by once a month. Just commit to writing. And here's the other piece. Even if you don't share it on the internet, even if it's just a little notebook that you have, write a page of thoughts to yourself so down the road you can look back at it. Hey, here's an idea. Write a notebook of your memories of your life, something that you can leave and share with your kids. At least that gets you started in the habit of writing, and then you can turn that into a blog for your business to help get you more branded, more marketing. Look, when you're blogging and you're putting links in there, look, search engines are grabbing this stuff and they're sharing it out. You just add keywords in there where it's discoverable that it can be shared. But you talk about a way to do personal growth, start writing, start blogging. And the last thing I want to share with you about personal growth is this. If you don't have a base number, if you don't measure it, how are you going to manage it? How are you going to know when you're growing, what's going on with you? I want to offer you this. You need to take personality tests. I tell you, they will be eye-opening for you. And if you really want to take this to the next level, take these personality tests and share them with your team members and with your family. And have some feedback from them about it. Do you think this is accurate? Is this really me? There's a lot of stuff that you can do. You can do DISC profile personality test. Google 34 fascination test, right? There's a way that you fascinate people, things that you're really great at. For me, I'm the ringleader. That was my fascination test result. So go take yours and see what yours is. It is fascinating to get this information. Are you sanguine? Are you melancholy? Are you choleric? Take one of those tests too. Figure out where you are. Hey, if you're in a relationship with a spouse, do the what's my love language test. That is a great thing to know about yourself because it'll answer a lot of your questions if you ever get frustrated about stuff in relationship and working relationships with others, whether it's co-workers or family members. But there's a lot of personality tests that you can take. The grit test, that's another one. Go check that out. For me, my grit score is 4.4. There's a test that you can take that tells you how you react when there's stressful situations. For me, mine was the questioner. And I tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave links for these with this message. So check those out and use those and see where you are. And look, take time and comment back to me. I would love to hear what some of your scores is. I've told you my scores here. For the DISC test, I didn't tell you that one. I am a high I followed very closely by a D. What is your DISC profile score, right? My I was a 40, my D was a 36. Take a DISC profile and share with me what that was. So you know my personality now. So I would love to hear yours. Leave it in a comment or hit me up on Twitter. My Twitter account handle is @JoeyPeacock. So I would love to have a conversation with you there about all of this. Hey, you know what? In a leadership position, people are counting on you. And there's probably a lot of people counting on you. Your family's counting on you. We know that. Your team members are counting on you. They've bought into your dream and to your vision, and they've hitched to your horse, and they're hoping that you all succeed together. So they're counting on you, and your customers are counting on you. They want a great product, and they want great service, and they want you to be successful so you can be around to take care of them for a really long time. People are counting on you, so you've got to be a great leader. You have to be the best you that you can be. So you can never stop in personal growth. Never. It can never end. If there's any way that I can help you, reach out to us. I'm going to leave a link that you can contact us to our website. Scroll down the page, there's our contact section there. Reach out to us there if you need some help, whether you need one-with-one coaching, you want to do some mastermind courses, we can do those, or we can reach out to you individually to help you grow your business. And if you have leaders in your business that you need help with, we can help with that too. We're here to help you be successful. So what do you think about this? I'd love to hear your comments about that. What are you going to personally work on? Is there something that I missed? Is there some leadership thing that I didn't mention? I would love to hear your thoughts about that. So reach out to me again through a comment here or hit me up on Twitter. Hey, I really hoped you gained value out of this. And I also wonder if you thought of somebody else that might do the same. It would really mean a lot to me if you would share this with somebody else that could benefit from hearing these encouragements and hearing some of these tips that they can implement in their life so they could grow to that next leadership level themselves. All right, thanks for hanging out with me. I always appreciate you doing that. It means so much to me that you carve out a piece of your day to interact with me here and to listen to this. I really hope that you gain value out of this one today. Remember this, think creatively in everything you do. Be uniquely better because you want to be the best. You want to brand yourself as the best and market yourself as the best and remove the friction for not only your customers but for your employees too. You do that and I know that you'll improve your small biz life. I'm going to be doing the same. And until next time, you take care, and I'm out of here.